When we solve a question with two variables, we're either going to use substitution or elimination. Let's do a quick review of what those are. Substitution is when I have a variable by itself. I can replace that variable in the other equation with what it's equal to. Y is the same thing as x minus 2, which means we can replace y in that other equation with x minus 2. The first equation then becomes x minus 5. You need parentheses because this is y right here, and you're going to replace it with more than one thing. Y is equal to x minus 2. I'm going to replace y with x minus 2 in the first equation, and that equals negative 18. Now, there would be a common mistake right here. Students often forget that this is not 5, it's negative 5. I have to take negative 5 to x and negative 5 to 2. I have to distribute. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Negative 5 times negative 2 is positive 10. Whenever possible in algebra, always simplify. These are like terms. 1x minus 5x is negative 4x plus 10 equals negative 18. Now I'm going to take a 10 off each side, get the x by itself. Negative 4x equals negative 28, and divide by negative 4, and I get an answer of x equals 7. Negative divided by negative is a positive. I know that right here that y equals x minus 2. I have the x, I just need the y. Y will equal 7 minus 2 then, plug in that 7, which means y is positive 5. You see then that x is 7 and y is 5. And back when we solved with elimination and substitution, we wrote them as an ordered pair. In a word problem, those numbers are going to mean something, and you'll answer it as the problem is written. Elimination is when you needed a pair of opposites. The reason you wanted a pair of opposites is what you're going to do is line up the variables. Equations need to be in standard form. And once you have a pair of opposites, you'll add the two equations, add everywhere, and you'll eliminate one of the variables. To do that, we need some opposites. 2 and 5, if you did that, you'd have to make them both 10. One would be 10, one would be negative 10. For example, I could multiply this equation by 5. That would make the x 10. And I could multiply this equation by negative 2. And negative 2 times 5 would make negative 10. And then I would be able to add the two equations and the x's would drop out. That's not the way I do this one. It's going to be easier to do the y's. Let me show you. Here I have positive 12. I could make the 3 12 if I multiplied it by 4. See, the smallest number that 3 and 12 divide into is 12. 12 is that least common multiple. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, keep adding 3. 12, 24, 36, 48, keep adding 12. 12 is the least common multiple. It's the smallest number that 3 and 12 divide into evenly. I want opposites though. This is positive 12. I want the 3 to become negative 12. It means I'm going to multiply it by negative 4. So I'll multiply everything by negative 4 and rewrite the equations. I took negative 4 times 2 and got negative 8x. Negative 4 times 3, and that's negative 12y. Negative 4 times 13, don't forget the 13, is negative 52. Now when I add, the y's are going to drop out. Negative 12 plus 12 is 0. Negative 8 plus 5 is negative 3x. Negative 52 plus 55 is 3. Divide both sides by negative 3, and we see that x is negative 1. Now, just like with substitution, our answer is an ordered pair. It's an x and a y, so we need to find the y. So we'll take this top equation, 2 times x plus 3y equals 13. This is the x here. And we'll replace x with what it's equal. It's equal to -1. We know what x is. Solve this equation. First, you should simplify. 2 times -1 is -2 plus 3y equals 13. Now we can add 2 to both sides, get that y by itself. 3y equals 15, and divide by 3, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. That means y equals 5. Our ordered pair then is x equal -1 and y equal 5. As you work out the following questions, you want to choose the technique that's easiest for you. If there's a variable by itself, substitution is the easiest technique. If the variables are all lined up in standard form, then elimination is the easiest technique. What you need to do is watch these videos, and I do each type that are on your assignment during the remainder of this video. Make sure you watch each type and you will do well on this assignment. Question 1. The sum of two numbers is 88. The difference of the numbers is 12. I need two numbers. I'm going to call the first one x. So x is my first number. And y will be my second. The sum of these numbers is 88. That's x plus y equals 88. The difference of these numbers, difference means subtract, sum means add, difference means subtract. So I'm going to subtract the numbers, x minus y. The difference of those numbers is 12. Notice how the variables are lined up. This is a problem you want to solve with elimination. To use elimination, we need a pair of opposites. Notice how y and -y are already opposites. That means I can just add everywhere. We get x plus x is 2x. The y's drop out because y plus -y is 0. 88 plus 12 is 100. And I'll divide by 2, and x will be 50. Now I need to take this and plug it in one of these equations. I kind of like x plus y equals 88. Plug in your 50. X is 50. 50 plus y is 88. Subtract 50 from each side, and y will be 33. Notice how if you add 50 and 33, their sum is 88. And if I take 50 minus 33, their difference is 12. When you subtract them, you get 12. What are the numbers? The numbers are 50 and 33. Question 2. The sum of two numbers is -26. The difference is -40. Got two numbers I'm looking for. X is my first, and y is my second. The sum of those numbers, that's x plus y. I'll add them together. It's equal to -26. Their difference, when I subtract them, that's x minus y, that's equal to -40. I already have a pair of opposites. Y and -y make 0. I'll add everywhere. X plus x is 2x. The y's drop out. That equals -66. I'll divide both sides by 2, and x is -33. Use one of these equations. I'm going to use the first one. X plus y equals -26. And I'll plug in that -33 for x. To get y by itself, I add 33 to both sides. -26 plus 33 is 7. Now if I add, that's the sum of -33 and 7, I get -26. And if I subtract them, -33 minus 7, I get negative 40. So my answers are negative 33 and 7. It doesn't matter which order you put it in here, it will accept it either way. Question 4. As we do a question like this, we need to remember that certain words mean certain things. Is, mathematically, often is taking the place of equal. Words like increase mean add. 4 times I'm multiplying. And some, we did that, means add. There's an is, that's equal. But we make our equations taking it right out of the sentence. We have two numbers. 4 times a number is the same as the second number increased by 13. Our two numbers we'll call x is my first, and y will be my second. 4 times a number, that's going to be 4 times x, that's equals, the same as the second number, second number is y, increased by 13, plus 13. So our equation there is 4x equals y plus 13. The sum of the two numbers is 27. That's my second equation right here. That's x plus y equals 27. Now I need to find a way to solve this. I could put it in the standard form. To do that, I'd move the y over here, or I could substitute. For a variety, I'm going to substitute in this question. What I'm going to do is get y by itself. To get y by itself, I need to move the 13 to the other side. I'm going to subtract 13 from both sides. And this equation becomes 4x minus 13 equals y. Now I have y by itself. It's the same thing as 4x minus 13, meaning I can go on the other equation and replace y with 4x minus 13. This becomes x plus y. Y is 4x minus 13 equals 27. Simplify. X plus 4x is 5x minus 13 equals 27. Let's get x by itself. Add 13 to both sides. 5x equals 40. Divide by 5, and we get x equals 8. We have x, we just need y. This would be a great equation to use. I'm looking for y. Y would be 4 times x, 4 times 8, minus 13. 4 times 8 is 32, and 32 minus 13 is 19. So y is 19. So my two numbers are 8 and 19. 8 and 19. 3 times a number is the same as the second number increased by 6. The difference of the two numbers is 36. Again, x is going to be my first number, and y is going to be my second. 3 times a number, that's 3x, is equal, the same as the second number, that's y, increased by 6. Increase means add, so plus 6. So my equation is 3x equals y plus 6. The difference means subtract. The difference in the two numbers is 36. X minus y equals 36. Again, you could use elimination, you could use substitution. For a variety, I'll use elimination this time. If I'm going to use elimination, I need the variables to be lined up. So I need to move this y over with the x, which means what I'm going to do is subtract y from both sides, minus y minus y. And then this equation becomes 3x minus y equals 6. My other equation is x minus y equals 36. And if I'm going to use elimination, I'd like a pair of opposites. That way when I add, they get eliminated. Notice that the y's are the same. negative y, negative y. The easiest way to get a pair of opposites is to multiply one of the equations by negative 1. Doesn't matter which, you could do the top or the bottom. I'm going to do the bottom equation. Multiply everything by negative 1, and that'll flip all the signs. I'll rewrite that top equation, 3x minus y equals 6, and multiply by negative 1, I get negative x, positive y, and negative 36. Now I'll add, notice those are gone, 2x equals negative 30, and divide by 2, and x equals negative 15. I've got x, now I need y. I'm going to use that equation. It looks nice and simple. X minus y equals 36. And I'll plug in that negative 15. Negative 15 minus y equals 36. I'll add 15 to both sides. I'm getting y by itself. And I get negative y equals 51. And I'll divide both sides by negative 1 to make y positive. Y will be negative 51. It looks like my two numbers are negative 51 and negative 15. Negative 15 and negative 51. Question 7. The cost of 2 salads and 4 bottles of soda is $13.06. The cost of 6 salads and 3 bottles of soda costs $20.10. What is the cost of a salad and what is the cost of a bottle of soda? I need x and y to be the cost of a salad and the cost of a soda. Let x be the cost of the salad, y be the cost of the soda. 2 salads would be 2x. 4 bottles of soda would be 4y, and that is $13.06. The cost of 6 salads, that's 6x, and 3 bottles of soda, that's 3y, equals $20.10. Now I need a pair of opposites. 3 and 4 both divide into 12. I'd have to change both equations, multiply the top one by 3, the bottom one by 4, but I want opposites, so probably negative 4. Looks like the easiest way here is the x's. Notice the 6. I could make the 2 negative 6 if I multiplied it by negative 3. Get out the old calculator, multiply everything by negative 3 in that top equation. We get negative 6x, negative 12y, and negative 39.18. I'll rewrite the other equation underneath. It does not matter which one's on top. You're going to add them. So you could add in any order, but I just kept them the same. I'm going to add everywhere. That's gone. I get negative 9y equals, I'm going to put that in the calculator. I get negative 19.08. And I'll divide both sides by negative 9. And it looks like y will be $2.12. So we know the cost of the soda. That's why. Now I need to find the cost of the salad. This is 2.12. Let's pick one of the equations. How about the top one? Right here. 2x plus 4y equals 13.06 becomes 2x plus 4 times 2.12 equals 13.06. This is 2x plus 8.48 equals 13.06. 13.06 minus 8.48. We're taking 8.48 from each side. And 2x will equal 4.48 2.58. Now I can divide by 2 and get x by itself. And I get $2.29. So the cost of a solve, that's x, is $2.29. Question 8, that's just like the last question. We have two things we don't know, the cost of a box of pencils and the cost of a ruler. X will be the cost of a box of pencils, and Y will be the cost of a ruler. 6 boxes of pencil is 6x, and 6 rulers is 6y, and that's $29.70. 5 boxes of pencil is 5x, and 4 rulers, 4y, is 22.97. We need a pair of opposites. Looks like we have to change both equations. 6 and 5 both divide into 30. So one way to do this is, since 6 times 5 is 30 right here, I could make this negative 30 and multiply by negative 6, and I'd have a pair of opposites. That's not the way I do this. I'm looking at the 6 and the 4 right here. That's a little bit smaller numbers. 6 and 4 both divide into 12. That's the least common multiple. I'm going to do the y's instead of the x's. Looking at this 6, looking at the y's, I could multiply that by 2 and make it positive 12. And then looking at the 4, I want to make it opposite, so I'll multiply by negative 3, and that would make the 4 negative 12. So I'll multiply everything in the top equation by 2, and everything in the bottom equation by 3, and rewrite the equations. Here goes. This would be 12x plus 12y equals, get out the calculator, 2 times 2970 is 5940. The bottom equation by 3, we'd have negative 15x minus 12y, and negative 3 times 22.97 is negative 68.91. Now I can add these two equations. Notice that makes 0. I get negative 3x equals negative 9.51. So I'll move that up. Negative 3x equals negative 9.51. Now I'll divide by negative 3, and I get $3.17. Now I need to find y. I'm going to take one of these equations. How about this one? And I'll plug in the x. So 6x is 6 times 3.17 plus 6y equals 29.7. So I'm replacing x right here with 3.17. 6 times 3.17 is $9.02. I'll take $19.02 from each side. And we get, I'll move this up above, 6y equals 10.68. Divide by 6, and y will equal 1.78. That's $1.78. So we have $1.78 and 3.17. So x is the pencils. That's 3.17. And y is the ruler, 1.78. And question 10, the last example, is different than the other two in that the first equation will let you solve for one of the variables by itself. Just like the others, you're finding two numbers. We'll call x the first and y the second. Twice one of the numbers, how about x? That's 2x. Decreased means subtract, minus 9, decreased by 9, is equals, there it is, and that equals 39. So I have one equation that allows me to find x. We'll add 9 to both sides. 2x will equal 48, and divide by 2, and we get x equals 24. Now our second equation is that the difference of the two numbers we're talking about, so that would be x minus y, that's the difference of the two numbers. It equals 33. So I'll plug in 24 for x, 24 minus y equals 33, and subtract 24 from both sides. We'll simplify this and we get negative y equals 9. And we'll divide both sides by negative 1. And y will equal negative 9. So our two numbers are 24 and negative 9.